Is it on? Where's the black llama? There's the black llama. I think I wanted to talk about ambition because I've been on both sides of this tall fence of ours that we've got called work ethic or ambition or tenacity, whatever you want to call it. And I think that there's something very tempting about just being totally turned off and vehemently against this whole grinding culture. You know, it's easy to not like. But I also feel this need to work hard. I'm trying to figure out what to do with those seemingly contradictory emotions and inclinations. First, ambition is itself a great thing. Second, ambition is itself a dangerous thing. Now that we've got those things laid out, maybe I should explain. I think ambition is like a juicer. You put it, no, that doesn't make sense. When you're ambitious, you want to do what you do well. You want to put a lot of time and energy into it. You want to think about it steadfastly, whatever it is, if it's sports or if it's training to be a doctor. You want to do those things with discipline. You want to do those things with unbroken focus and concentration. That's a great thing. It's great to desire something so strongly that you're willing to commit your energies and your time to it. But I think that we can accuse ourselves of not being worthy of the thing that we're trying to be ambitious about. You might have very concrete goals and you might have very concrete ways to achieve those goals. And if you find yourself slipping on a given day, or if you just feel like your concentration is breaking and plummeting throughout the day, it can be really easy to start criticizing yourself in a way that I don't think is healthy. I will say this: we need to be able to think critically about the amount of effort that we're putting into what we care about. That is important. However, I also think that we have to find the fine line between healthy criticism and unuseful judgment and critique. I think that to be ambitious in a way that honors our true potential to be as good as we want to be, I think that we have to be willing to sort of announce ourselves as already on our way to the thing we think there's an end to. Because the truth is, you don't know how much time you get to pursue whatever you're pursuing. You might have 30 years of a lifetime. You might only get 2 months. We just don't know. And there's all kinds of reasons for why your time could get cut off in doing that thing. You might have to shift your priorities because of changing life circumstances. We just don't know. And so I think that ambition has to be something that we use in order to really affirm the care and affinity that we have for a particular hobby or goal or job or skill. If you're an ambitious person, celebrate that fact for its own sake. Let that be a testament to the fact that in a way you're not only halfway there, but you're like there, and you could get cut off at any point. All I'm saying is it's not guaranteed that you get to exert the amount of ambition that you might think you will get to at the end of the day. But back to that whole thing I was saying earlier about accusation. We can do a really good job of accusing ourselves of not meeting the criteria we need to meet in order to keep up with the call of our ambition, right? Because ambitions act as their own unique hunger and appetite for doing something. And it's easy to misjudge that voice as a list of reasons for why you're falling short of the call in the moment. If you're always listening to your ambition, something's probably off. You need to be able to rest. You You need to be able to take some time to cry, probably. You need to be able to, chill out. You need to be able to love people, right? Be a friend. You need to be able to reach out to family members. You need to be able to have an hour or 2 hour long conversation. You need to be able to go on a walk, go get ice cream so that it falls on your nice jacket and spoils the evening. But anyways, I think that ambition is just like any other element in our lives. We have to find balance. We have to use it instead of letting it use us. Use ambition, don't let it use you. It's very creative. Because if you can use your ambition like you use a spoon or you use something, in its context, I think the results are going to be good. For example, you use a spoon when it's time to eat some cereal. You don't use a spoon when it's time to eat some chicken. I mean, maybe, I don't want to judge anyone. You might use a spoon for eating chicken, and that's okay. If you're letting ambition be the underpinning theme of your life, it's probably out of order. It's probably out of line, and you need to fix it. Set aside some time to say, hey, ambition, thanks for being here with me, but guess what? You're not everything. You don't run the show. So take the reins back and establish how you're going to use your ambition. Give it some limits so it's not rearing its head up when you're trying to, sleep, meditate, or, tend to other people besides yourselves. Maybe even tend to other ambitions besides your own. I don't know. The point is, you want to make sure that you are organizing the means by which your ambition plays out in your life on a practical basis. Don't let ambition be this thing that rolls over you because you need a sense of significance and value and worth. We have to start off with those things, and ambition has to be the affirmation of those things. It's not the means by which we're constantly being measured to see if we can be happy or if we can relax or if we can feel like we're worth something. All this to say, if you're one of those people who's grinding away, waking up at 5 a.m., I'm so happy for you. I wish that I had what it took to... No, but really, if you're waking up at 5 a.m. and you're doing what you gotta do, you got this schedule, and you're working 12 hours a day at whatever it is you do, I think it's amazing. And I don't want it to sound like you can't be working a lot of hours and not have a healthy, well-balanced, round-out life. I think you can. I think it depends on your situation. I think something that's also a potential threat is being afraid of ambition. I know there have been times when I've had to reflect on how much ambition I'm letting into my life. Sometimes I'm too guarded and I don't let ambition play the role that it can and should. It can be because I'm afraid that I'll fall short of what my ambition calls me to. Sometimes I feel like I just can't keep up with what my ambition thinks I can do. Sometimes we need to let more ambition into our lives because we're being insecure or doubtful about the potential that we really do have. Maybe you are capable of waking up at 5 a.m. and that doesn't have to be a bad thing. You just have to do the work of figuring out how you can balance the right amount of ambition, and I think that's a subjective task so that we don't fall into the trap of resenting our ambitions and thus not letting enough of it into our lives, and so that we stay away from letting ambition steamroll over us and take up too much space. Schedule a time to sit down, to schedule some times when you can use your ambitions. Yeah, you can literally look at your calendar or reflect back on your day at the end of it and ask yourself how much of it was ambitious. It might have been too much and it might have not been enough. I really hope that this video was encouraging and helpful. Thanks for watching today's video. If you liked it, then like it, like on the actual computer with your mouse. That would be cool. If you are a viewer who has not committed to the channel, please at least consider it. And as always, I hope that this video was in some ways inspirational and encouraging, because you deserve that. You deserve that in your life. You bet your bottom dollar that you do.